Welcome to Fictionary. I'm your host, Deitra, and I'm so glad that you're here and that you are you. If this is your first time joining me, Fictionary is a place for you to sit back, relax, and escape reality for a few moments. I personally recommend sipping on something delicious while you listen. Today, I'm sipping on a nice glass of rosé. I picked it up during my birthday down in Myrtle Beach, and today felt like a good day to crack it open. My goal this weekend is to unwind and wind down. I just got back from a family trip to Disney World, and I literally need a vacation from the vacation, y'all. I had an amazing time with my family, and I would absolutely do it again, but probably not Florida in the middle of August. It was literally, I think, the equivalent of what walking on the sun would feel like. I mean, obviously not literally, but honestly, guys, it was hot as hell, and it was so humid, and it just felt gross most of the time, but it was a lot of fun. The main thing was seeing Disney with my nephews. It was very exciting to see it through their eyes. And, you know, they're such good kids. And despite the heat and the rapid pace, I was surprised because I felt like as an adult, I complained more than they did. They just had a great time and they kept their cool and they enjoyed the trip. For me, the catchphrases for the trip were for my nephews. The first one was, "This is the best day of my life." And that was my 4-year-old nephew. And then for my 7-year-old nephew, "Magic is real. Magic is real." So those were the phrases that they kind of said more than once. And it was just so special. We went to Ollivander's in Harry Potter World at Universal Studios. And when you go there, they take you through the wand shop into a back room, and you go with a group of other people. And then from that group of people, they choose one person who's the chosen one to find their wand. And my nephew Jude was chosen. And guys, I was so happy that I did cry a little bit, because it was just like the experience. It's so awesome. And, you know, getting to see him do it and feel that magic and just that excitement. It was just so cool. So he got to test a few different wands, and he would try to cast a spell and see if it would work. And he did it a couple of times. And then finally, he holds his wand, and then the room lights up and it's magic. And watching his face and his little eyes just get so large, and just like the amazement on his face, it was just very exciting. I totally enjoyed that experience. And if you are a Potterhead, I definitely recommend going out there and visiting Universal. It's insane. It's literally like you're walking down a Diagon Alley. Like, you get to see Gringotts Bank. There's like a dragon breathing fire. When you look in the windows of all of the shops, there's like magical things happening, like sweaters knitting themselves, candles lighting. Like, the attention to detail is amazing. And honestly, I was like a kid when I got in there. Like, it was so cool. It was so cool. So I definitely recommend checking that out if you get the opportunity. And especially if you have like children or like nephews or nieces, or, you know, that you can bring with you, because they just make the experience even more special. But don't go in August, because again, it is hot as hell. And, you know, I mean, unless you, unlike me, don't melt in that kind of weather, because I realized very strongly I am not built for that kind of weather. Not even a little bit, not even at all. Yeah, I was like dehydrated the majority of the time. I think the only reason why I managed to stay alive was drinking these what's it called? Liquid IV. I put it into my water bottles, and I really did see a difference. So, you know, Liquid IV, I had like a neck fan, I had a hat, I had cooling towels. I was doing the most, you guys, because I hate being hot. And, you know, when you're walking like 12 miles a day around the park at fast paces, and then you got to do what you got to do to survive and not pass out, especially when, you got the little ones there. They don't need to see all that. So I did make it, and I did have a good time in spite of the intense dehydration and thirst that I experienced. I probably should be drinking some water instead of this rosé, but I'm trying to chill, y'all. So it is what it is. Anyway, I'm excited to be back, and this is our first episode since vacation. You guys got to listen to my interview with Brittany Gathing, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it and that you definitely went and checked out her website if you were able to pre-order her book. Also, we were celebrating my sister's birthday, so I did share both of the links to their Kindle Vellas, so check those out, guys. I will be having a Kindle Vella story starting soon, probably in September. Also in September, I'm going to be starting Miss Deitra Reads again, only this time it's going to be a little bit different format. We're going to be doing it as a podcast as well as a YouTube channel. So be on the lookout for that. Have some exciting things happening. I'm just excited for the fall because, it's a little bit cooler weather. I thrive in it, get to wear a sweater and some boots, look cute. I'm here for it. And, as basic as it is, I am excited for that pumpkin spice latte. All right. Hate on me. Hate me if you want to, but they're good. Okay. They're delicious. And who am I to deny something delicious and cinnamon goodness and all of that? I won't. I shan't. I say I shannot. Shan't. Whatever. Anyway, guys. We're going to go ahead and get into our stories for today. As always, we have 3 original short fiction stories for you. So sit back, relax, and put your listening ears on. Our first story today is titled Revenge. The genre is horror. The action is atoning. And the character is a photographer. Some believe a photograph can capture a person's soul. I always thought it was foolish, until Lucchesa. Lucchesa has given me a moment's peace in the last 3 weeks. I don't know if I have finally succumbed to madness, or if this is my penance for willful numbness. Taking pictures of Lucchesa's murder scene ravaged a place within my soul that had remained untouched by my job as a crime scene photographer. Since that day, I have heard her voice demanding retribution. Now, I find myself standing over her murderer, holding a machete as he begs for forgiveness and bleeds. The end. Ooh, y'all, that one's creepy. So, yeah, he was haunted by this photograph. Yeah, and wound up killing somebody in revenge. I'm here for it. Not really revenge. No, murder's bad. That is the end of that, guys. Murder is bad, but I appreciated the story. Our second story is titled 4 and 20. It's children's fiction as the genre. The action is baking a pie, and the word is claw. The final ingredient is a raven's claw. We have one chance to get this right, so Gerald better not mess up, or we're all fried moonwort. Mylena, our unofficial leader, tells us as she continues to roll out the lumpy dough. I look around worriedly at my friends and wonder how we wound up in this situation. An evil witch has taken over our school, and we are the only ones who can stop her. Our only hope is to bake this pie and make sure she eats it all. I've got it! Gerald arrives breathlessly triumphant. The end. Or is it? I don't know, guys. I feel like Mylena and Gerald and their friends have some more stories ahead of them. This is obviously just a 100-word fiction, so it's short, but I feel like there's some more that could be told there. We'll see what comes. Our final story is titled Silence. The genre is drama. The action is testing a microphone, and the character is a banker. So I will be reading the stage directions just so that you have an idea of what is happening in front of you, because it is a drama. Banker, holding a microphone. Excuse me. Excuse me, can anyone hear me? My name is Audrey Flemmel with PNQ Bank, and I'm here to tell you about our exciting new services. Pauses and looks around. Excuse me, please. I'll only take a moment of your time. Looks around again, confused. Can you hear me? Holds the microphone closer to her mouth. Hello? Can anyone hear me? Looks around again and becomes despondent. It's as if someone has placed a huge weight on her. She speaks again, softly this time. I guess you can't hear me. No one ever does. The end. Well, guys, that was our last story for today, and it was a drama. And, I don't know if anybody has ever felt that way, just like you're screaming into the void and no one hears you. There's no response. I just want to encourage you not to give up, that you are important, that, even if it may seem nobody hears you, that there are people that will listen. There are people that care. I care about you. And like I always say, I'm glad that you're here and that you are you. Don't give up. Don't become discouraged by a lack of response. No sound, no action returns void. So know that you are making an impact, whether you see it or not. Anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you for listening today, and I will see you again next week. Until next time, keep on reading.